Hey everyone, it's me, Stagger. So, I got some pretty exciting news actually. Um, so basically, when I closed out the window and I finished making, adding another layer to the floor, some mobs spawned. And one was a skeleton, the other one was one was a skeleton, and the other one was a zombie. And guess what the zombie dropped? It's actually really cool. Come on, load world. I want to show everybody this. Okay. So, it dropped a carrot. What's so exciting about a carrot? Well, everything, really. I mean, despite only having 3 dirt at the moment, that's going to be temporary and once I, you know, clean this up. So, that's really exciting now, because then, oh, whoops. Like I said, when I clean this up, some of the cobblestone is covering it up. But yeah, I will be starting to have, well, an actual farm going, which is awesome. I did light up this area as well. As you can kind of see here, when I crouch my way down there, um, yeah, you can kind of see that there is a half slab down there, and that there is indeed cobble above it. Now, the mobs did actually spawn after I put the cobble on, so I'm still completely unsure if, they really won't spawn, in the midst of basically, uh, basically the top of the slabs. But yeah, this is whoa. All right. Yeah, it's quite exciting. I also got started at least a little bit in the middle floor. I'm debating whether to make it too deep or not. I kind of had to test this one out a little bit, which is why I kind of covered up the top because, if I didn't, then I would be kind of having a little bit like extra, like some space that I would end up not having anymore later on. So, yeah, but for the moment though, um, yeah, the bottom layer is pretty much done. I'm thinking about adding another layer here, but at the same time, by doing so, would kind of make me feel like I kind of need to build underneath this layer, so that way I can have a little bit more headroom. Because I mean, this is a lot of headroom by itself, but I feel like having that little extra headroom is a little bit more, well, it feels a lot more open, and it makes me feel a little bit more, okay to be, basically down here in the big area. It's not as, cramped and claustrophobic and whatnot. I don't have claustrophobia, but, it's still kind of a factor that I kind of want to avoid. I did get some, unfortunately I didn't get too much, but I did indeed get some cobblestone. I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back. Alright, so as I was saying, I had a couple of cobblestone, but I didn't, like, get too much, unfortunately. But we'll make do what we have for now. So, I also gotta get some of these, slabs, too. So, let's go ahead and properly adjust my inventory here. Well, yeah, I think that would do it right there. Alright. So, yeah, I'm kind of making this video, like, shortly after the last one that I made. But, well, as for the rhyme and reason, no real rhyme or reason. Like I said, this wasn't really, meant to be, like, anything hardcore or scheduled or anything. Just a casual just a casual playthrough, really. And yeah, I actually just came back and did some laundry, and those like really. Okay, so basically, oh, whoops. When I was doing laundry, there were these, I guess, bodybuilders. I'm guessing, and like they came up to me and they're like, "Hey, and these guys were like just really, really rude. They're like, hey man, I see you're, hey man, I see you sitting there playing some games. How about you do some actual workout?" I'm like, whoa, oh man, it sounds like they're about to start something. I'm like, excuse me, sir. Because that was just like flat out rude right there. It's just like coming up to a girl. I was like, "Hey, babe, I see you have some flab on you. How about you and I work out in the gym together?" Oh my god, that's like one of the absolute worst pickup lines. Period. Holy crap. Uh, oh my gosh. But yeah, it was. I mean, like, I'm surprised, how rude some jocks are. And, I'm just sitting there playing my DS like any normal person would do with a DS, doing laundry. And, yeah, that stupid bodybuilder. It's amazing how society has came to. It's like, jocks have no respect for us nerds, but it's the nerds. Nerds are the reason why we live life so comfortably today, and the reason why you know, you actually have that physique body. It's not from, oh yeah, I lift weights and whatnot. No, there's actually a science to it all. Like basically a science to how bodybuilding works, and those weights were invented by scientists, and so that way they have a nice handle to them, as well as make you know allowing you to lift them and kind of have some, basically there's you know they measure these weights, so that way you can they basically, yeah. What I'm trying to get at is that if it wasn't for nerds, you would not have that physical nice body that you have right there. You know, you wouldn't have any gym equipment, nor would you have any of the energy drinks or protein shakes or whatever that you use, Monster Energies or anything else in between. If it wasn't for us nerds. But apparently jocks don't think. They really don't. I mean, my brother, or one of my brothers, he actually played football while being, American football, I should probably specify. Um, he played American football while, learning to be a software engineer. And so he's, he actually is probably one of the fittest nerds, or probably like he's a really fit nerd. Basically, what I'm trying to get at, and so like nerds can be a part of that spectrum of basically being physically fit as well as being smart. But jocks don't necessarily have that mentality. It's like, nerd, you're using your brain, bronze all the way. I'm like, yeah, it's really sad on how some cases are, on how some people are like that. I'm not saying that these are all jocks, but I'm just saying it's mostly most jocks, though. I'm lucky enough from like schools and whatnot that I have actually never been bullied physically. I have been bullied mentally though, but never was I ever physically bullied. And but the closest thing I got into being bullied was actually almost getting killed by my former roommate. And I'm not saying like, oh, he said this and it hurt my feelings or anything. No, I mean like actual, with an actual intent to murder and kill. Like he had a katana, which if you don't know, apparently not a lot of people know what katanas are. It's basically a Japanese sword, and I'm not talking about one of those cheap mall swords out there. I'm talking about an actual folded blade, authentic, strong, and very sharp Japanese blade katana. And he pinned me against the wall with a sword near my throat. And obviously when people are angry or sad or whatever, they want and they have an intent to harm. Essentially what they're doing is that they're acting upon adrenaline. So what you need to do is really just talk your way out of it. You don't have to resort to conflict or anything, but I know that's really hard in most cases. It was pretty hard for me too. But what you want to do is to show no emotion. If you don't show emotion, they don't know how to react to it, because you're not giving them what they want, which is to make them feel the way that they feel. And sorry, it's a little bit tough of a topic for me to talk about, but yeah, it's basically they want you to feel the emotion that they're feeling at the moment. And they're clearly not thinking, so you kind of have to talk your way out of it. Just just do that. It's kind of hard to explain, and it's really hard to talk right now because of those dark memories. But really, you just gotta talk your way out of it. Like, make them be aware of themselves, what they're doing and whatnot. Because, like I said, they're acting upon adrenaline. They're not thinking. They have this intent to harm, but in reality, they're just scared. They're just scared, sad, or angry, or maybe all three in between. And essentially, you just like I've been saying, talk them out of it, because they're basically not going to, if you're giving them the reaction that they want you to have, that they're expecting, then you're basically saying that, you're feeling the way that they feel, and whatever they do, it's okay, because you don't want to feel like the way they feel, so they're kind of doing you a favor in a way to basically end your misery, because once again, like I've been saying a couple hundred times, I'm terribly sorry about that, but they want you to, they don't want you to feel the way that they're feeling at the moment, so they will end your misery by, just slicing and dicing or shooting or whatever, just, have that intent to pretty much harm you and whatnot. This got really deep. I need to stop talking about this, but we gotta change the subject right now. I'm actually having a hard time just holding back my tears from that time. I mean, it was a really, really rough time. I honestly don't really want to remember it, but then again, at the same time, I'm the one that brought it up, so I deeply apologize for that. But yeah, But on another note, though, for those who struggle with like bullies at home, essentially you can do the same thing. Just remember though that and it will be a lot easier for you than it was for me because you know these guys are clearly your enemy, and mine was pretty much my best friend, and we've been friends for a good 4 years and such, and you know just to have that, just the fact that he just wanted to kill me, like right there, just is a very bad thought. Not only that, not only that, but anyway, if you're dealing with a bully at school, you can actually talk your way out of the situation. Just remember what I told you, and you should be okay. The guys, it's basically the same thing. The bully, you know, just wants to make you feel the way that he or she feels. It doesn't necessarily have to be a guy, but so if you don't give them the reaction that they're expecting, they won't bother with you anymore. So you can show no emotion, you can show happiness. Just give them an unexpected emotion, and you can actually kind of just weasel your way out of your current situation. And who knows, they might not even bother you anymore. But only do that if you're like pretty much stuck in a corner, like basically if you're you have nowhere else to go, no one to talk to. You can resolve the conflict by just simply talking. This is why I'm kind of like a grammar nut too, because believe it or not, grammar can actually save your life. It did mine, and it can do it for you too. I mean, especially if you're talking to someone that is indeed like into other language and culture and whatnot, like mine was. If they're smart and they can pick apart like basically testimonies like and whatnot, then essentially pick apart testimonies and whatnot, then what they can do, they will take advantage of that. So take advantage of that, and using improper English or grammar can actually just aggravate them a lot more. So learning grammar is a very important and vital skill to know. And I know it may be boring for most people, but especially for those who aren't linguistically capable, I guess is the nicest way to put it. But essentially, just learn your grammar, and you'll be surprised on how many situations that you can actually get away from. Not just dire situations like the ones that I mentioned, but even if your boss gets angry at you at work. I've done this a couple of times. I've actually questioned the boss's grammar, and she did get quite angry with me. But to be fair, you're kind of okay, so basically my boss here, she consistently thinks that everyone is a mind reader, so we know what the pronouns that she's talking about, like this, that, like this, that, these, and whatnot. I'm like, I don't know what that is. And also, like, sometimes she just gives like directions that are just that I can't fully understand because she thought, okay, well, I should probably already know how to how to do it. So I'll just give him a brief explanation on I'll just go ahead and give him a brief explanation on what to do. Um, you know, I was kind of really struggling in terms of what she meant by what I'm supposed to be doing, and because like the thing was like the okay, let me go ahead and drop all my stuff real fast. Okay. So anyway, um, so she already pretty much just assumes that I already know how to do a task that I never done before, and so I was like, well, and then like I did it completely wrong, and she asked me, or no, she didn't ask me, but she was just furious with me. So I'm like, well, you didn't really specify in terms of what I needed to do. You just said to go do it. Do it. I even asked how, but you. Actually, no. That is kind of a flaw I do have, is that I'm not really much of an asker, and I should be, but it's just it sometimes just yeah. But yeah, she obviously gets very furious with me because I can't fully understand what you're trying to say. You just said you just gave me the gist of what I need to do, and not necessarily tell me the right way or how to exactly do it, because I'm not exactly a mind reader. I do read emotions, but not minds, because yeah, emotions are pretty simple, especially since, well, I'm a Pisces, so emotions are pretty much my specialty in terms of well, basically, yeah, my emotions are my specialty. I know how to read them, I know how to manipulate them and whatnot, so yeah. And that is almost the top layer. Now all I need to do is fill it in with the actual cobblestone, and we are good. Okay, here we go. Oh, what? Ah, really? If I had to crouch and not high enough? That's unfortunate. I mean, if I do fall, I do have basically the edge here, the bottom floor. So I guess it's not all bad. Oh, except for here. Oh dear. Um, but yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, essentially, grammar is definitely something that is a very valuable skill. I would actually recommend learning it, even if it is one of the most boring things out there, like psychology class, because I pretty much already knew everything that they taught me in psychology. And honestly, I got so bored from psychology. I literally asked just um, to go to a different class because I just did not like it at all. It kept telling me, about um, heck, I don't even remember much of it because I was so bored. But but basically how the mind works and whatnot, and basic psychology crap that you would learn through through what through psychology, and um, I don't know. It was just really boring for me. It was just I could not stand another second in that class, and now I'm like, okay, you know what? I I wish to be switch class. I wish to switch my class. Psychology is just too boring. I already know half of the stuff. Um, oh yeah, that's right. It was more focused on why why we we do the are able to think and how we are able to process speech and whatnot. Instead of how are we able to process it, and how do we create, and why do we have emotions and whatnot. No, it's more like, you see, this is how the mind works. It was, you see, electrons and neutrons just are sent from the nervous system, and it's like biology class. I love biology, but when I came to psychology, I just wanted to learn a little bit more about how emotions work and whatnot. I wanted to know the why and how. I wanted to know more of the why than the how, basically. And I was getting more of the how than the why. So yeah, pretty much. It was really annoying, and yeah, I just couldn't really take it. So yeah, but I would actually recommend a psychology class for some people that are getting bullied and whatnot. You don't have to fight, but because there are more ways into being attacked. There are more ways to responding to something than fighting back or cowering in a corner and crying and whatnot. You see, if you can basically, if you outsmart, or basically, like I mentioned before, you gotta make it seem like you honestly don't care. Like, make them not understand what the heck you're doing. Pretty much. Like, you're, well, I can't really explain it. I'm not really the type of guy to really talk about this kind of stuff. So, but essentially, do not give them the emotion that they're expecting. Always confuse your enemy, and doing that will actually cause them to, well, question. Why is this guy so relaxed? Why isn't he terrified or anything? Huh. I guess I could add another layer here, but I feel like, I don't know. I do have this layer right here, and that should be good. Not every, well, we'll see what happens in the future, because if I do manage to find something that can get me some glowstone, or like some way to get better lighting up here than torches, I might actually go ahead and make that second layer. But as for right now, this is all good. So yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to achieve in this episode, really. And then so next episode we might be heading out there. I might decorate this place a little bit more, get some of that dirt. This dirt's going to be a pain to grab because obviously there's that lava source in between these blocks here. But it might be a risk I'm willing to take. In fact, let me go ahead and just do this for now. Yeah, I already lost it. I don't have it. Darn it. Ah, man. Yeah, it just burns right away. Darn. Oh, wait. There's a dirt block. There's a dirt block. Yeah, 1 dirt. I'll take it. I'll gladly take it. Oh, okay. That's scary. There we go. It's just 1 dirt block, but I'll take it. I'll take any dirt that I can get. So we currently have 4 dirt. I will be landscaping this entire floor down here, so that way we can get the dirt down there. That'll be in the next episode, though. On the meantime, that's pretty much it for this episode. Let me just clean this place up a bit more. Yeah, let me remove that. And this too. So anyway, yeah, this is going to be great because watch this. Boom! More dirt! Even more dirt! Woohoo! It's a dirt mine! Yeah, this is awesome actually. Let me go ahead and remove this dirt too. I gotta make sure I don't get the lava, or the source for that lava there. Oh yeah, that's right. Something else I can do real fast too. Wait, let me do this maybe. Ah, it didn't work. Let me go ahead and create a crafting bench real fast. Alright, now remove this block and place it down. There we go. We got ourselves a crafting bench now, so I can carry some sticks and then just go down. When I'm out of stone pickaxes, I can just go down, craft some more, and bada bing, bada boom. So, yeah, let me go ahead and continue collecting dirt, actually. Let me remove these. Oh, wait, that's right. That's the old school way of doing it, or getting rid of these stone slabs. There we go. Back then, you can only mine any kind of slab with a pickaxe. You know, they didn't really update that until like a very long time. I'm gonna keep that bed until night, so yeah, let's see if we can get more dirt real fast here. Gonna put up most of this stuff here. Oops. So that way we won't lose them. Actually, let me get that axe again. Oh no! Oh really? It won't... Okay, there we go. Alright, 2 dirt. 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Oh no. Oh, that worked out. Alright. Alright, and that should be... Oh wait, nope, there's a lot more. Nope, okay, that's it actually. Awesome. Alright, so let's see how much dirt we have now. We have a total of 27 dirt. Alright. We are back in the saddle. Back to what we originally had. Let me go ahead and replace this with some cobblestone here. So, something I will be doing off camera a little bit more is actually expanding the base layer. Like the very base layer. I might expand this top area a little bit more too. I'm gonna see if I can get a carrot farm running, and yeah, this is quite exciting. And one of the goals I was actually planning on having was to see if I can get some, keep some grass blocks, but you know, considering the circumstances of our dirt. Considering our dirty circumstances, we don't. Unfortunately, I can't necessarily do that. The reason why I wanted some grass is to see if I can get some cows and sheep and whatnot. Actually, no. It was more or less for sheep because you know, the sheep will actually you know, regrow their wool, and I can use wool for a whole bunch of different things and whatnot, and you know, I believe that there should be a little bit more islands besides that one down there, but I could be wrong about that, for now that's will be something that we will worry about it later. And I just realized as I'm doing this parkour, I guess I could cut down these trees. That would be something that we will be worrying about later, and but for now, that's pretty much it for this episode, and I will be seeing ya. So yeah, let me go ahead and put my stuff in the chest. So yeah, that's it, and I'll be seeing ya.